Palestinian Authority foils planned ISIS suicide bombing in Israel.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Palestinian Authority foiled an attack planned by ISIS to be executed by a 23-year-old teacher from the West Bank city of Qalqilia, a senior source in the PA said Sunday. The suspected terrorist was arrested 2 weeks ago by the PA security forces and has been in their custody since. A high-ranking Palestinian source told ENET and its sister publication Yedioth Aharonot that Bashir joined ISIS after she was approached on the Telegram encrypted instant messaging app to set out on a suicide mission. The Palestinian sources said Bashir had in the past expressed solidarity for al-Qaeda and the Salafist movement that operates in the Gaza Strip. Palestinian security forces have foiled a number of attacks against Israeli civilians and military targets in the past year. Last week, it emerged that Palestinian Authority security forces received 10 armored vehicles from the United States 4 months ago, with Israel's approval. The Palestinian Authority's security cooperation with Israel continues despite the PA refusal to accept tax revenues from Israel, with some set aside for support of terrorist families deducted by Jerusalem.
This post received a score of 9,940, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You know comments are going to be glorious if auto TLDR is the #1 comment.
Alto TLDR is oftentimes top comment though?
Not on anything to do with Israel lol.
Look at that. The Palestinians are stopping terrorist attacks from happening in Israel. Does anyone think that this will help build up some good faith between both sides?
From what I understand, the Palestinians don't like ISIS any more than the Israelis do.
Few people like ISIS.
I mean, you've kind of got to be a psychopath to support anything they stand for.
They don't get along with al-Qaeda, so I guess I have that in common with them.
When al-Qaeda thinks you're taking it too far, that's saying something.
ISIS takes the martyr get their sins forgiven and go straight to heaven part of the Quran to an extreme degree. This is why they do such horrible things. They truly believe that all their sins will be forgiven once they die.
I mean, al-Baghdadi sure doesn't nor any of his generals. Probably some of their trigger men do, but even still this is a simplistic explanation for what drives an individual to be a fully psychopathic mass murderer intent on one's own death as well.
They live in a society in which the strongest and most vile people are pushed toward the top and exalted as heroes. The character of a leader directly reflects the character of the people that elevated them to that position as well as the people who continue to support them.
Read the URL as Yeet News. What the fuck is happening to me?
Palestinian Authority stops ISIS terrorist from yeeting himself in Israel.
Herself.
Yeet self.
What does that last sentence even mean?
Ha, nice try. You can't trick me to read the article.
I'm a Redditor, articles don't work on me. Only titles.
Redditor here, I only look at titles. And titties. Fuck ISIS.
Good thing the President defeated ISIS 30 days into his administration like he promised. I was almost worried.
Does anyone know how, if often such attacks are prevented by Palestinian representation, intelligence? Or is this a first?
Definitely not a first. Numbers are secret though. The moment that the PA knows about a terror plan, they need to act on it, because if they fail to do so, Israel will likely find out about them knowing in advance and get them into big trouble.
I find it very impactful that this was stopped by the Palestinians. This is the first bit of news to give me hope for peace over there in the last decade.
Along those lines, this is also from the article that I found interesting.
The PA is the West Bank. It's not a bad place and it's on better terms with Israel. Gaza is run by Hamas, and it's where 90% of the conflict is.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.